YouTubers. Today I'm bringing you a little bit of a review. This is a 2020 Audi Q5 2.0 two-door vehicle, and so let me show you what I got going. Has a really nice wheels. Those are 18s, not 19s, but I like the 18s. They look really nice on here. Goodyear rubber on it, finished in all white all the way around. Interior is tan. Dual exhaust with real exhaust tips in there. And what else? Really nice big sunroof. It's not big enough to be considered a panoramic sunroof, but it's as big a sunroof as you can fit on a vehicle this size. I like the overall style of this. You know, it has really nice proportions in spite of the engine sitting entirely in front of the front axles. That's the way Audi does it. There is still a huge gap between the front fender and the front door, which gives it almost rear-wheel drive proportions, even though it is all-wheel drive. This transmission, I don't know, I think it's an 8-speed, but I know for a fact it's definitely a dual clutch. Once you start driving it, there is no hiding the fact. To me, dual clutch is okay in sports cars and exotic cars. You know, you put it in a passenger car and a bread and butter car, I think it ends up being a problem because people don't want to pay the maintenance that you have to pay on a dual clutch in a regular passenger car. And something a little exotic like this, you know, it's the cost of entry, then it's oh well. So let's hop in real quick. This has the key sense, keys in my pocket, hold the door, pull it open, and it opens. Really nice tan interior. These are Recaros in the front, and then the back seats. Back seats are pretty much useless. This is my seating position, and if you have legs, you can't fit back there. There's no way. Even though there's climate vents back there, for what? I don't even know. That, like I said, that back seat, you know, you could put kids under 10 years old back there for short periods of time, but you're not putting adults back there for any length of time, not even just to go around the block. Getting inside, this is a very long, very low slung car. It's roomy enough. I don't feel cramped in here. I don't feel claustrophobic. I don't feel like it's tiny. It's not tiny. Huge infotainment system here. I don't even know how big that is. Look like it's maybe 11 inches. It's touchscreen, not like the older Audis, not like my Audi. And then it has the shift lever here, which it's a static shift lever. You just kind of toggle it to the gear you want. So, you know, you press this in, pull it down, drive, push it forward, reverse, and then once again neutral, and then park is this button right here. Pretty straightforward. It works great. It's intuitive. Wireless charging down here for your phone, cup holders up front, and then a nice little cubby space for, I guess, the key. I don't know. There's USB here, which I'm guessing connects to the radio. There's 12 volt over here, and then up here you got the usual suspects: auto start, stop stuff, drive direct, and traction control, and parking, and power. I'm guessing that's for the infotainment system. Triple zone climate control, driver, passenger, and back seat. Again, don't know why you would need that. 3D camera, really cool. When you start turning and maneuvering right next to another vehicle, it's really weird the way this 3D camera stitches the different angles together to make a whole picture, and it makes the picture of the vehicle you're parking next to look like a giant next to yours. It's kind of quirky and it's funny, but you know, that's what it is. Over here, full digital dash, tack, speedo, and the middle section. It's all big one LCD. Up here we got frameless rear view mirror. You can't see any frame around here. It's just glass right up to the edge with a compass, just like on mine. This has the power window, but it also has power shade, so you don't slide the shade by hand. You hit the button and it slides. Really cool. Power seats, driver and passenger. Has leg support. This has a little thing on the front you pull and it slides out. Same thing on the driver's side. Bang & Olufsen sound, which is phenomenal. I have that in my Q5 and I absolutely love it. What else? That's pretty much it. Tan on the bottom, black on the top, sunroof, and let me show you how it drives. As soon as you start driving this, you can tell it's a dual clutch, because the transition from not moving into slowly moving forward, you can just feel the clutch engage. It's not abrupt, it's not sudden, it's not crappy, it just, you can feel it engage. I like the display. It's very clear, it's very bright. There's actually a cowl around it. I've seen on newer vehicles like Mercedes and Kia, and I'm guessing all the other vehicles, just an exposed cowl like that, which it works great except for when the sunlight hits it just right, then you can't see it, and so it's great 95% of the time, and then when the sunlight hits it, you can't see. Power is good. It's really powerful. It's definitely faster than my Q5, even though this is a 2-liter turbo that has less power than the Q5. I'm guessing that has to do with the weight and the fact that this has 2 extra gears and the fact that it has a dual clutch transmission. As far as smoothness goes and refinement, so it's not as refined as the V6. There's very little you can do to make a 4-cylinder as refined as a V6. But it is very refined. It's a very smooth 4-cylinder. At idle, besides seeing on the dash that the tach is moving and hearing the engine ever so slightly in the background, there is no way of knowing this engine is running. There is no vibration coming into the cabin whatsoever at idle. Now once you get going, then there is a little bit of a resonance. You can also hear it. You definitely hear that it's a 4-cylinder. There's no hiding that. But the other thing I would like to mention is that there is much less front heaviness or a tendency to plow in this than you would expect with the engine and transmission layout. I don't know if it's because of the weight distribution. I don't know if they did this like they did with the old Audi TTs, where the back half of it was steel and the front half was aluminum. I don't know. All I know is that it doesn't feel as nose heavy as it should on paper. It actually feels very nimble. It feels very light. The Quattro system works phenomenally. I really like how this car drives. If you're considering buying one of these, you should definitely test drive it, and you should definitely consult a mechanic and see how hard it would be for you to get things repaired when they do need to be repaired, because it could be a joy to drive or it could be a repair nightmare depending on your situation. But overall, the driving experience that I've had with this, I like it. I really like this car. Would I buy one? Well, yes and no. I definitely would buy it if I was in the market for a sports car. But no, I would not buy this car because currently it just doesn't fit into my lifestyle, and that's the only reason why. So there you have it. Audi A5, beautiful little sports car.